Okay. Okay. All right. Well, I think we all know each other, so we'll skip intros, I guess. I don't see anybody else. I just see the four of us in here right now. Maybe some other folks will join. Um, Okay, so I'll go ahead and let you know that one of the reasons why we are going to start these monthly meetings is so that we can keep each other informed, less so on lots and lots of text messages, instead to have face to face where we can't necessarily all get together, but we can get each other updated and stuff. Just share some upcoming plans that we have going on, and try to do some problem solving and that kind of stuff. Um, so that's the point of this. I think we want to try to do them monthly for about an hour. I'd like to keep it to an hour. And Lauren's going to talk about something here in a few minutes, but that's related to what I'm going to say, and that is we learned about these what's called a town hall meeting, and it's basically a volunteer meeting where we can all get together and share updates and opportunities and that kind of stuff, and then we'll do that monthly, and then we can use Zoom for any sort of emergency stuff that might come up, that we need to quickly put our heads together really quick, or do a big policy update or something like that. We can use a Zoom, which gives everybody an opportunity to talk and ask questions and that kind of thing. So that's kind of the idea behind this. Okay, so I'll go into the first item. First of all, we have a new social media manager, and um, her name is Ashley Sherrill, and her family helped us with the West Star Trailer Park project. They were actually pretty instrumental, along with a few other folks like Dawn and Kim and a few others. But their family was out there basically all 3 days, and helped us return the cat. So, anyway, her son did that as a Scouting for America project, um, and she decided that she'd like to come on board to tackle the social media. So we've met once or twice already. She's new to social media, so I'm hoping that we'll be able to support her with post ideas, giving her pictures and videos of our fosters that might be good to post on social media. And when me and Lauren went to the conference last year in San Diego, we learned a lot about how important video is. And this is a good opportunity to start doing some video stuff on social media. So even if it's just like one time Lauren had a video of her little kitten running down the hallway at work. And she was kind of doing like this butt strut thing. It was real cute. And I was able to repurpose that video and use it in a couple of different ways. And it was only like a 10-second video. So it doesn't have to be some elaborate thing. It just needs to be off the cuff, candid. People like that kind of stuff, and there's lots of ways to use it. Um, so that's the idea behind getting somebody in charge of our social media, because I think the rest of us just don't think about it day to day. And so if we have somebody that's thinking about that and putting a plan together, like we have lots of campaigns on how to recruit fosters, or senior cats, or around the 4th of July, lots of lost pets. Well, there's whole campaigns that have already been written and designed for us. It's really just a matter of somebody sitting down and actually scheduling it and then customizing it for us, because there's lots of templates out there that we can use. So that's what Ashley's going to do. So I would hope that people subscribe to our page, and when you see posts and stuff, to be able to like and share and comment, because the comments help feed the algorithm to push our stuff out to more people. So just in case you
And
didn't
I
know,
think being
anytime.
consistent too, like with her being in charge of it, like a consistency, I think helps our social media as well.
Yes, I agree. I agree. But the statistics show that on any given post on a page, especially a nonprofit one, only about 2 to 5% of your followers will actually see the post organically. But you can increase that number by having likes, comments, shares, that kind of thing. So that helps a lot. And I think right now we're just focusing on Facebook because that's what we're comfortable with. But we really need to get into Instagram because that's the future of social media. Well, not the future, it's here now. It's already much bigger, right, Lauren? You're much more of an
Yeah,
Instagram girl.
I prefer Instagram over Facebook, but yeah.
Yeah. So that's on the agenda. Okay. So that's social media stuff. Okay, so we can talk about the new partnership that we're going to forge with Decatur County or Greensburg Decatur County Animal Shelter. And I think Lauren, you want to talk about that a little bit? I'm gonna get a
Yeah.
drink.
Yeah, if you think of anything else, if you can hear me that I need to add, so we're working on a grant with Best Friends, and it's part of that grant is a 9-week roundtable. So for 9 weeks, we're in this meeting group, and this is where Carrie Ann was talking about. We had got this idea of this town hall from last week's meeting or 2 weeks ago's meeting. And what we're doing is we're partnering with Greensburg, like Decatur County Animal Shelter, to pull cats, and we're also working with Decatur County, no, Greensburg Medical Animal. Anyway, whatever that's called, Decatur County
Our
Animal
vet.
Medical Hospital. Yeah, our vet. And we met with them as well and working with them to help streamline getting cats that we pull from Greensburg fixed and ready for adoption as soon as possible. So that's something that we're actually working on. We've got a meeting with the animal shelter next week. So I don't know, Carrie Ann, when we're planning on actually um, like implementing all of these steps or anything, but
Yeah, we got to figure out what the final arrangement with the vet clinic is going to be and what the Greensburg Animal Shelter can accommodate us on in terms of the transport part of it um, and when we want to launch that.
because
So we'll be
we just have to do 40 cats by
October.
October.
Mhm.
And so that's going
Yep.
to be we're not going to have any problem getting to that number. So
I want to say we're at like 10 already. So,
that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's going to take us long to hit 40, but
well, we have to get 40 over what we did before last year in the same time period. So,
so
it's
we
an
might have to
increase
do
of
like
40.
50
Yeah,
good stuff. Yeah.
exactly, which is really not a lot. So,
Oh.
um,
Because Dawn,
so this,
how many of you pulled Dawn? Do you have at your house
Well,
now? Or
yeah, no, I don't remember. I took to Lynn. She took a mom and 5 babies, I think. And then I think I took 2 adults and they just got, vaccinated and went right away. So I think, I think we got 10 that day, counting the kittens. 5, 6. I think we
I
had
feel like
10
wow.
that day.
I feel
So
like
yeah.
that's right too.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think we had like 10 that day that we took.
Okay. So the challenge that I've identified, or I guess what my wish list is, or what I've always dreamed of doing, is what I call fast track. And I keep calling it that. But basically, the idea is that we want to be able to go to the shelter, identify cats that are healthy, well socialized, ready to go. They just need spay neuter vaccines. And so we would be able to pull them from the shelter, take them to the vet clinic, they get fixed, and then they go directly to the adoption centers.
Hmm.
And they couldn't go to um, PetSmart because well, no, wait, no.
They changed it.
They
Yeah.
changed it. That's right. So PetSmart, okay, so feeders and Pet Supplies Plus don't have any criteria on how long cats have to wait before they can come into the adoption center after spay neuter. PetSmart has a 24-hour rule, which we thought was going to be a problem, but Greensburg has the idea that what they're willing to do is that we can bring over, I'm just going to pick a day of the week, that we're not saying this is going to be the day of the week, I'm just picking one. We would bring the cats over Tuesday morning. They would do surgery on Tuesday. They would keep the cats all day Tuesday into Wednesday. We would come and pick them up Wednesday and take them to whatever adoption center we want to take them to. which puts PetSmart back into play because they would have had the 24 hours after surgery for us to be able to take them there. So that really does make things a lot easier in that regard. But what I wanted to have happen was that we would go over on Monday afternoon, pick out the cats that we wanted, take them to the vet clinic. They would keep them overnight, and then we would pick them up on Tuesday after surgery. But they weren't comfortable with doing that. So we're going to take the win where we can, and use their methodology to put PetSmart back into play. So that's pretty cool. So that's kind of the fast track idea, is that it would only be healthy, well-adjusted, ready to go. They don't have to be super social. We all, the four of us sitting here know that something could be less than, not feral, but, semi-feral, and they can go to Pet Supplies Plus or feeders, and they'll do just, they'll do relatively well, or they'll do well at the kitten room at PetSmart. So, the challenge is going to be, and I want to talk about this with the cohort best friends people, is like, if we pull, it's in the idea is that we're going to pull 3 cats. We'll have 3 appointments on whatever day of the week we decide, a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. That will be our week for this project only. So it will only be for cats that we are pulling from Greensburg that is part of this project. So, Dawn, if you have a foster cat that you pulled from a feral colony in Shelby County and it's in your foster care, you are not going to use one of one of the appointments on that designated Greensburg day. You would end up using one of the other days to do your spay neuters.
Okay.
So that's the idea. So we don't want all the fosters to get in the habit of, oh, well, they're going to keep the cat overnight. Well, not necessarily. It's only if they're part of this project. So,
Right.
yeah. So we want to make sure of that. But the thing that I want to talk to best friends about is, we pull in Lauren, we've already seen this, right? And I bet Dawn's already seen this, is that we pull healthy, adoption ready cats from Greensburg and they turn out to have diarrhea, or they turn out to be really sick. Well, they go to get fixed, and either they can't get fixed or they can get fixed, but they really can't go to the adoption center. Now we're pulling cats that we might not have adoption or a foster room for. So that's going to get a little bit tricky. So that's why I think it's nice if we kind of ease into this, and we don't have to do all 40 in the first month. We can,
and that's part of our conversation with the shelter that we're going to have, because it's like we're not never going to pull the sick cat. We're just not going to pull the sick cat for this project. Like, this is
right.
We're working on something specific here. So hopefully they can honor that and give us the cats that work for this.
Yeah. For sure.
I would think they'd be more than happy to give a cat, or to give you a healthy cat. 3 healthy cats.
Well, we've asked for healthy cats and they give us crap. So
they end up with a respiratory infection or diarrhea or something. But yes, but we're gonna meet with them and go and make a plan for this. But yeah, just for this project only, it's pulling the healthy, ready to be adopted cats that don't just need spayed or neutered and vaccinated. And they vaccinate a little bit too. At the shelter, they just can't do rabies because they don't have a vet on staff. So they'll all need that.
And that's fine, because I think we've all experienced calling over to Greensburg and saying, hey, I've got 2 cats that just need rabies. Can I pop in? And Amanda confirmed that they're fine doing that as long as they have time. And I mean, we've done it several times last minute, like the one when they had the flooding, Dawn. We went over with like 4 or 5 and they did them right away for us.
Yeah, so, exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They just, we took them
really
right
nice.
in. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to pause for a minute only because we have a new entry. We have Kim has entered the chat.
Am I doing it right? Hi, guys.
Yes. Yes, you are doing it right, Kim.
Finally works. Hi, Dawn.
Okay, so everybody wants to go around and introduce themselves real quick, okay? Dawn, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'm Dawn Runneboom. I've been helping the group probably going on 3 years now. I foster, transport, trap, wherever needed.
And fundraise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Lauren?
I'm Lauren. I been 2019, I think I started
Yeah.
volunteering, foster, uh, help out with events, helping with fundraising and things like that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Trudy, you want to go?
Yeah, I tried to get my picture to come on, but I can't.
That's okay.
I had just got started, so I've gone to a few of the fundraiser things, and I'm trying to work on putting things in Shelter Love. We're still working on that, but
Yep.
just trying to help where they need. I have already been kicked out of fostering because I kept the first cat I fostered, but we love her. But
All right,
yeah,
Kim, you want to go? You're listed as iPhone.
Okay. Hi, guys. I'm Kim, and I'm still kind of new to a lot of this. Recently helped with some TNR. It was my first event at West Star, and just trying to start wanting to join in and do as much volunteering as I can. I have
And you
5 cats.
and
All
you
from
helped with fundraising. You helped with the yard sale
Yeah.
most recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
this has
All right.
been
Very
new to
good.
me.
Very good. Okay. All right. So we're going to meet with Decatur County Animal Shelter Tuesday at 1. And Lauren Dawn said that she can join us. She's pretty sure. We might
Yeah.
end up bringing a baby with us, but that's
Yep.
cool. That's cool.
Augustus has been there several times. He knows that place
Yes.
well.
Awesome.
So he'll be fine. So and then so Wednesday evenings is at 5 o'clock is the time that we have the conference call with the best friends coach. And so if anybody decides that they'd like to join in on those and listen, we're allowed to invite as many people from our organization as we want. So if you guys decide that you would like to do it, you don't have to do it every week, but if you're like, oh, I have, Wednesday at 5, I can do it, just let me know and we'll get you in there. Okay. All right. Okay. So anything else that we need to talk about? Oh, so the big thing that we need to talk about for Decatur County is that what we're going to try to do, I think, is put together a transport team, because it's going to be somebody needs to go to the shelter in the morning, probably around 8, pick up the cats that we've chosen, take them to the vet clinic, drop them off. That's it. Then you leave. And then the next day, whoever's going to be transporting to the adoption centers is going to be the one that's going to go and pick them up. So that's going to be our big challenge that we're going to have to overcome. And I'm hoping that we're going to be able to enlist people other than the 4 of us or 5 of us sitting here, because I think it's a good opportunity, especially for folks that they could maybe take, if we go with Tuesday, maybe they pick the first Tuesday of the month and if somebody else does the second Tuesday of the month or something like that. And so it's kind of a low lift, it's not a huge commitment. It's really about an hour and 10 minutes out of your day to be able to help. So that's the other big thing that we're going to be trying to overcome as we do this new project. So the other thing is that it came with $2,000 in the beginning. And so they do not really want us to spend it on medical care for the cats. They want us to do it on capacity building. And so that goes into the next item that we're going to talk about. One of the things that I've already used some of the funds for is just some sort of behind the scenes efficiency stuff with our email list and our volunteer signups and that kind of stuff. But the other thing, let's see if I can pull it up. How do I do that? I need chat. There's chat. Okay, so the other thing that we're super excited about is t-shirts. We're gonna have t-shirts, you guys.
Yeah.
So,
Fun.
Yay.
so Bonk and Lauren's already got hers ordered. I assume you have not received it yet.
No,
Okay.
they said like the end of May, beginning of June.
Okay, that's just crazy.
I think they do it in batches.
Probably. So I put the link in the chat for the t-shirt, so you can click on that. And it's Bonfire, which is really well regarded by nonprofits for t-shirt production. I came up with 3 really basic t-shirt designs, nothing fancy. I think we're going to hire somebody off of Fiverr using some of that capacity building money to do some cool designs. We'll talk about some more designs here in a few minutes, but So anyway, so you can go in there, and the idea is that we're going to have volunteer specific t-shirts, and we'll buy those in bulk. And so we won't make any money off of those. Those will be wholesale prices. But we got to have, I think I'm going to have a designer actually design that so that, you know, it's sort of like in perpetuity kind of design. But if anybody has any artists that are phenomenal and can do a great job, I'm more than happy to hire local rather than going with Fiverr. But I don't know anybody, so maybe somebody else knows some. But it has to be an artist that could do something digital, because obviously we have to be able to upload the files to Bonfire. It can't just be on a piece of paper or something, although we might be able to scan it in. But I'm open to ideas. I feel like, you know.
How do we
Yeah.
order those?
So there's a link in the chat. If you know how to use the chat, you can click on that. If not, I think I'm recording this, and I'm going to send out the recording to everybody, including the folks that couldn't make it tonight. And I should have the links in there. If the recording did not work, insert sad face. And I'll just send an email out to everybody with the resources, because there's more stuff that I'm going to post here in a few minutes. But
It says it's recording. So.
Okay. So hopefully it will be able to go out. And then in there, I'll be able to include the links that I'm going to include, but so Bonfire. So, okay. Any t-shirt questions? Anything on that? Pretty straightforward. Okay. Recent fundraisers. This is going to be a quick report. The Parks Department yard sale that we had. Dawn took the initiative and got us 2 spots at the Parks Department yard sale like she did last year. And drum roll, $742 raised in like 5 hours.
Yay,
Nice.
that's awesome. That's
Phenomenal.
great.
It's really great. So Dawn had a bunch of stuff left over from last year. She got some more stuff from other folks that she knows. And then Kim was kind enough to come over to the office here, and Amanda let us raid the back room. And so we had that stuff. And Kim really identified some stuff that I never would have taken over there. So that was really helpful. And then Kim, you also got some friends and family to donate some stuff. So we had a pretty killer booth. What do you say, Dawn?
We did. We had an awesome booth. Yeah, ours was a very busy booth, active all day.
It was.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And the way that we did it is we didn't price anything. We had signs that said, make a pile, make an offer. And, you know, I think I accepted 22 cents from somebody, some little kid that wanted something.
Aw.
And then Dawn did some good negotiating on some stuff for some of the bigger stuff. So I think it went
Awesome.
really well. Yeah, I think it went really well. So initially we thought we would just take everything to the cancer center after we were done. But we looked around and it was like, man, this stuff is some kick-ass stuff. We can't give it away. So Dawn's family came over and helped box everything up, and it's back in the back room. And so we know what is ours and everything. And so we'll talk about the next opportunity here in a few minutes for that. But
Awesome.
so yeah, $742. That was pretty amazing.
That's
So-
great.
Absolutely, yeah.
was really
Minimal
happy about
work. Yeah, it was good. Mhm.
Was that better than last year?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Awesome.
but last year we did a yard sale here first,
Right,
the
I remember
weekend
that.
before, and then we did the Parks Department one. So we didn't have, you know, all the good stuff necessarily at the Parks Department one. And honestly, I had initially scheduled a yard sale for the weekend before, but I just didn't have the energy. I just didn't have the spoons to coordinate with people for drop-offs. I knew Kim, so that was very easy, but you know, trying to coordinate with people you don't know and stuff, I just didn't have it in me. So, so we put all of our eggs in the Parks Department basket, and I think it went really well. So, okay. The next fundraiser was PerCon. That was this past weekend. Setup was on Thursday. It just took me and Chris Abbott, Christopher, the British guy. Some of you guys will eventually meet him, but it took us only an hour and a half to set up. And then we were there all day Friday, all day Saturday, all day Sunday. And then Tim, longtime donor, has adopted from us. He was kind enough to volunteer on Mother's Day to come to the convention center, work a couple of hours, and then help pack my car. We got everything into my car, so he didn't have to drive from down here. But I was a little sad. We just made $858 at PerCon.
Aw.
Yeah, it's really frustrating. Still can't crack the code to make a bunch of money at PerCon for our investment. Basically, it came out to $13 per volunteer hour, and we really try to hit that target of about $40 to $50 per volunteer hour for events. So I don't know. We'll have to reevaluate whether we're going to do it again next year. I really believe in PerCon. So PerCon is for Trudy and Kim. It is a convention inside of PopCon, which is the pop culture convention. So it's like Gen Con, Comic Con, but this is PopCon. So it's a cat convention inside of the pop convention. And it's small, but we really believe in it because it's celebrating cats and the people who love cats and all that stuff. But just, I talked to Indie Neighborhood Cats. They broke even this year. So not great. The other group that was there last year didn't come this year, and that was Pet Friendly Services. They didn't even come. So I don't know what the future of it is. I don't know if there's some
Did
new...
we pay a fee to
We
be
did
there?
not. No, Pet Vet 365 sponsored us.
That's
So
good.
when our booth is for Trudy and Kim, people pick out a plushie kitty, a stuffed animal kitty, and then they take it over to a table. They make a collar and a tag. They get an adoption certificate. We spay and neuter the kitty. We just put a little sticker on its belly.
Aw. Aw.
And then they get a very nice little paper or cardboard carrier. And then they get their picture taken. Well, this year, because we were partnered with Pet Vet 365, we took them over there to get their picture taken and to get a health exam before they took the kitty home. And people love it. But it's $20, which is a bargain. And people love it, but not enough people love it. We needed like 3 times as many people doing it as did do it. So I don't know. So we'll have to, maybe we don't do that anymore. Maybe there's some other money-making idea to do at PerCon that is mission related, but would be a big
Were the amount of people that were there, did you guys get a lot of traffic, but just not a lot of people adopting cats, or was it just there wasn't a lot of traffic and also not a lot of people adopting cats?
I couldn't really tell, but talking with other vendors, not PerCon vendors, but PopCon, like Artist Alley and vendors and stuff, they all felt like it was a little bit depressed in its traffic because parking was ridiculous down there. They had a concert, an Indians game. It was Mother's Day weekend.
Oh, yeah.
So there was a lot of excuses thrown out as to why it wasn't as busy and stuff, which is, they may not be excuses. I don't know, but I don't know. Yeah, I felt like we did the same number of adoptions as we did last year, this year. So our numbers were, the only difference is that we didn't have to pay for 2 passes because we got them, PerCon donated 2 additional passes to us, whereas last year we had to buy 2, and we didn't have to pay for our booth fee of $750. So that's the big difference. We made $850 this year. We're really, last year we broke even. Well, that's the difference, was the passes and the registration fee, or the booth fee. So, yeah. So I don't know. I mean, it's fun, but it's an enormous investment, and we need to be smart about how we're spending our time. So anyway.
Yeah. What about taking a couple live cats?
No, they won't let us.
Adoption. They wouldn't, just to draw attention to the booth. Okay.
Nope, not allowed. And the only group that goes that actually makes any money is ARPO. And ARPO is the Alliance for Responsible Pet Ownership. They're a group out of Indianapolis. They're the ones that get to do the kitten cuddle booth or the kitten therapy, whatever you want to call it. And they charge people $5 if they want to come into the booth to cuddle with kittens. And they get to be in there for 10 minutes. And Dawn, you and I know that is where the money is.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah, the kitties. Yeah.
Yeah. On Friday, which is the slowest day of the convention, they made $400.
Wow.
Per day, the slowest day.
Wow.
Yeah. Because last year when I approached KJ, when I heard this event was happening, I knew what it was and I wanted in, that was going to be my idea. We'll bring kittens because I know what kind of moneymaker that is. So you're on the right path, Kim.
Right. Even if we
just
couldn't adopt them, but just to let people come take a peek to kind of see what you're about, just to draw attention over there.
Yeah, no,
Get donations. Yeah, darn it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. So, okay, so let's talk about what is upcoming and how we can get some stuff done. Okay, Spay Day is May 30th. I'm going to this weekend send out invites to people to start registering for Spay Day to be able to bring cats. And
who's
that's
that
going to
open?
include.
Who would that all be open to?
Well, the people, it's going to be open to everybody. I'm going to invite everybody. But the
Okay.
people who won't pay are going to be certified trappers. If you're not a certified trapper, you're going to have to do a copay of something.
Okay.
And you know, $20, $30, whatever. I mean, we're not going to charge them 70. That's
right.
Nobody can afford that.
Yeah.
But the idea is to encourage them to become a certified trapper. So
of course.
yeah. You have some folks in mind that you think need to be coming to that day?
Well, I didn't have to try to, send out a message to some people that, we're looking for barn cats, right? Yeah, barn cats and stuff. I just have one cat and she's getting fixed tomorrow because I need her done and gone before I leave.
Yeah.
So she gets done tomorrow.
Oh, Kim probably doesn't care, but Trudy and Lauren might care about when you're leaving and how long you're going to be gone.
Yeah, I'm leaving on the 26th. And I'm gone until the 20th of June. I'm going to take care of twin grandsons in Utah for a month. She is a professor. She does study abroad. So she's going to South Korea.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to be there taking care of 18-month-old twin grandsons
That's
for a
awesome.
month.
Nice.
Does she need
It's awesome.
Does she need
I
a
gotta
travel
tell you, I'm a
assistant?
little nervous too, though.
Does she need a travel assistant? I can hold her bags. I can brush her hair. I can do anything.
Yes.
I love Korean food. So.
That's awesome.
Okay. Okay, so sign up if you want to volunteer at Spay Day, and I need to send those out. Okay. All right. Next fundraising thing is the Journey cover band. Journey cover band, Midnight Blue. I'm going to put a link in that as well. Let's see, copy, paste. Okay, so they're a Journey cover band. They reached out to us because they're going to be having a concert June 5th at the Strand. And they have a custom engraved, boy, time is going fast. This is hard. Okay. They're going to have an engraved guitar that has our logo, the Strand, and their logo on it, and they raffle it off. We did get a raffle license for them to be able to do that. I don't know how much the raffle tickets cost, but at other events that he's done, he's raised between $1,000 and $2,000 in a night, just based on raffle tickets. We don't have to be there. He's not requiring it, but it'd be ridiculous if we weren't there. I mean, I think we should have some sort of representation.
Yeah.
And that's also Taste of Shelbyville night. So on the square should have a lot of foot traffic. So I was hoping that we would be able to recruit volunteers so that we would have somebody at a table inside with an outreach table, banner, literature, a couple of, cats maybe, because the Strand does allow cats, although it might be very loud for the cats, so that might be a bad idea.
Yeah.
And then have somebody maybe on the sidewalk selling raffle tickets, but I have an email into him to find out if he's comfortable with that.
Okay.
Because I don't know if that's something that he wants to keep exclusive for the people who bought a ticket and are attending his concert. So that's really up to him. But
you know what
it's in the
time?
evening, like
Evening.
what's that? Yeah,
Time?
evening.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on a Friday. It's a Friday evening. So I think probably like 6 to 10, something like that. So okay. And then the other thing that we have coming up, I have not committed to this. I've only now Delight. She and her family often volunteer at the Spay Days. They live in Acton. She's a business owner in Acton, and she is organizing a community yard sale on June 13th. And it's from 9 to 3 in Acton. I asked her, we don't live there. We don't have a presence there. Would we be able to, have a space? And she was like, absolutely. So the problem that I have is I really can't take the lead on that because I will still be on driving restriction, or no, I'll be off of driving restriction because I'm having surgery coming up. But I will have lifting restrictions. So I can't lift more than 5 pounds, and I won't be able to put my arm above my shoulder. So I'm not going to be much help. I could probably sit at the table and check people out. But like, arranging stuff, opening tables, that kind of stuff, probably not going to happen. We do have a bunch of stuff, of course, left over from the last garage sale that we were at. And it's all nicely boxed and organized, thanks to Dawn and family. So that part's not so hard. It's not a ton of stuff. Dawn, what would you say it would fill? Like 2 tables? You think?
I would say
3?
three, yeah, because yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say
Okay.
3. Of course, we had stuff
Okay.
jammed in there to start with, and then we ended
Yeah,
up
that's
kind of
true.
spreading
Very
out.
true.
So I would
Yeah,
say
we did
3
have a lot of
tables.
layering.
But we did. We
Yeah,
were on
yeah.
the floor. We were everywhere. And,
Yeah.
but we can always open up for more donations by then too, if we want more
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Mhm.
But it's having the manpower to coordinate all of that. Because I won't
Yeah.
be
And I have to
terribly
take myself
mobile,
out
so.
too because I'm gone during
Yeah.
that time.
Yeah, you're
Mhm.
gone. So,
Mhm.
I would like to be able to commit to her by like June 1st-ish, if we can, whether it's somebody here or somebody else that wants to take the lead, I'll make sure I send an email blast out. If there's somebody here who wants to take the lead, speak up. Otherwise, I'll put it out to everybody.
And it's going to
Um,
take a truck to move all that stuff.
yes, a
Tables
truck or a
and yeah.
van. Yeah, or a
Correct.
van.
Yes. Mhm.
We've
Mhm.
got company, my son and grandchildren and his wife will be coming in sometime in June, but we're not sure the
Oh,
date yet.
yeah.
So for the weekend, so I would have to wait till they get that
Yeah,
decided.
squared away.
Yeah.
And if we end up missing this opportunity, it's not the end of the world, but it came up, so I'm going to throw it out
Mhm.
there. So,
Yeah.
okay, the next thing, we're going to have a Because of You picnic, July 18th from 2 to 6 p.m. And Dawn, you want to talk about that? Well, we're going to invite volunteers and donors.
Volunteers
And now I'm
and
going to
it's
turn it over to Dawn.
yeah, it's going to be a very relaxed kickback. We're doing it at my son's house, so there's a creek and there's a pool, there's a hot tub, setting up like volleyball nets, cornhole. We're going to provide the basic for a meal, which will be like, hot dogs, chips, potato salad, drinks, and then ask everyone to kind of do a pitch in. I've been picking up some things along the way. Found a really nice bocce ball set. Just sidewalk chalk, bubbles, a little station for kids to have. There'll be walking trails that people can go on. So I think it'll be a good time.
Is that local?
Okay, and then in inventory, I have some stuff like I have an activity kit that we can put up where people can propose
You can't
names
really
for
see
board-
that because you're on blurry, like your background's blurry.
Oh,
I see just
Kim was
oh,
asking the location. The location, it's located between Shelbyville and Waldron
Okay.
is the location. Mhm.
Okay.
I think I can unblur myself. Okay. All right, can you see that now?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Mhm.
So this is an activity thing where people could like propose names of boy kitties and girl kitties. So I
Oh,
thought
that's
that would
fun.
be fun. I got it at
That'd
Goodwill.
be fun. Mhm.
Aw.
And table decorations. These are like gift bags with kittens climbing on them. I
Aw.
thought those could be
Cute.
fun. And then this is a fun little guest book thing where people could write their name on a little heart when they come. I got that at Goodwill too. So anyway, I'll get that stuff to you. You can use whatever you want, Dawn.
Okay.
For the
Okay.
party. I'm sure I'll find some more stuff. So, okay.
Yeah, and
All
then
right.
I think isn't that evening also is it that evening? There's going to be music in the
A
park kind of
symphony.
thing?
Yeah, I think there's a music in the park thing. We were going to get with Betsy and find out because I think it's called a rally or a relay or something where we
Yeah, I
all
think
go from one
one of our
party to another.
volunteers is going to be,
Yeah.
participating in that.
So Betsy, you guys, is the one who does the data entry at Spay Days. And she's also involved with the Shelby County Community Band. And so she's told us that there's a performance that evening. So that would be really fun. So, but we'll get registrations and stuff out for that soon. Okay, the other big thing is corn stalk.
Oh, wow.
Mhm.
That's big.
It's so fun.
My
So.
son played in that years ago. He had a band.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, well, nice. Yeah, that's always a
Yeah.
fun time.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so I'll secure our spot. We want where we were before, similar.
Yeah, I think so. We
Okay.
love that big field in front of us, the big yard.
Yeah,
big
yeah.
green.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
I think it's September 6th based on my intel that I could get. I think
I
that
think it
might be
is. I'll
Labor Day
message-
weekend.
I'll message Lindsay and tell her we
Okay.
want our usual spot.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So I thought that we could do a shortened version of Build-A-Cat, the plushie adoptions, because it's easy. And I am coming up with an idea of not the big, huge display for the Build-A-Cat thing, but like a 4-foot table setup is what I'm working on, so that it's more mobile and it doesn't take as much. It could be integrated into our regular outreach stuff. And then, of course, Dawn, if we can, we'd like to do the kitten therapy thing again.
Sure.
And Dawn, I'll explain. So Dawn sets up a tent, and then there's straw bales inside. And so the kittens are running, and there's litter box, food and water. The kittens are running around inside, and then we just ask for a free will donation of whatever people want to give to be able to go in and visit with the cats. So,
Aw, that's too cool.
yeah. Mm-hmm. And we're always in the shade, so it's pretty
Mhm.
nice, right, Dawn?
It
It's
is.
always
Yeah,
nice,
we get a nice location. Yeah.
Okay,
That's
and then the
awesome.
third thing I thought we might be able to do there, and this is an idea from a TNR group that we're friends with in Morgan County, and that is a t-shirt design contest with kids. So we would advertise that people can, we'd have like 2 or 3 different categories age-wise, and they would submit t-shirt design ideas based on spay neuter or feral cats or taking care of cats, something cat related, of course. And then we would display the finalist at Cornstalk. Again, I'm not married to this idea. We would display the finalists at Cornstalk and people would vote. So it's sort of like a photo contest, but it's a t-shirt design contest. And people would vote for their favorite with money. So each dollar would be a vote. These used to be really popular. We never really did it, but so that's an idea. And I thought Cornstalk would be a good place to do it because there's lots of foot traffic, lots of people. I don't know. That was an idea of something that we could do there and get the public involved in some way, Thoughts?
That led me to another idea just popped in when you was talking
Yeah.
about that. You know how they always used to do the baby photo contest, but then I've been seeing it like in the Walmart in Franklin. They'll have pets. They've got those big poster boards set up and you can vote and just different people bring in pictures of their pets. I wonder where you could incorporate something like that. Here, Miss Mocha had to say hi. There's Miss
Oh,
Mocha.
Hey, Miss
of
Mocha.
course. So kind of like a kitten contest.
Yeah, and just
Cutest kitten
pictures.
kind of a thing. Okay.
Yeah, and they have
Mhm.
maybe
Cutest
a deadline to, however we would advertise, and a deadline to submit pictures, photos of, your cats or kittens, and then people vote. Like, I wonder, even say the Bears of Blue River Festival or something have a table. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think
We
they do
could
Bears of Blue
definitely-
River anymore.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
okay.
don't do that anymore.
I think the Cornstalk.
It's just
kind of-
Cornstalk.
Yeah,
Cornstalk is Bears of Blue River
Oh,
Festival,
is
I
it?
think,
Okay.
now, for the
Really?
most part. Yeah,
Mhm.
for the most part.
Wonder where to do something like that. I don't even know, even because I never see nobody at that table whenever I'm in there, and they do it a lot. And they have, I think, jars set out or something. I don't know the
Mhm.
whole aspect.
Mhm.
And then they've just got all those photos taped on those big standing like boards.
And
And
that kitty could be crowned Queen Kitty or something,
You know,
Queen or King Kitty
if
or
we could
something of
get
those.
some, maybe even some, well, this goes a little bit better for dogs, but kind of like look-alike contest, like get a celebrity, you know what I mean? Like a town, like the
yeah,
mayor and his look-alike cat, or something. It could be,
A
it could be
piece of
different. It
shit.
could be different things. Yeah. It could be different things.
yeah.
I don't think that would go over very well.
It wouldn't sell right now, not with the mayor.
Right. Yeah. Funny.
I do like the picture idea though. I like that a lot because then people that would be more more interactive than just having like 3 people's t-shirt designs of kids. This would be more interactive with like people who we want to interact more with. Do you know what I mean? I think that could be a better idea. Having a photo contest.
Yeah. And then just have a deadline, however we would submit your photo date.
And we could do it. Yeah, we could lead it up where we do it online leading up to Cornstalk online, and then it culminates at Cornstalk where that last day of voting would be at Cornstalk.
So it would all be displayed there possibly, and people come and put their money in for their votes.
Yeah, because they can vote online because they have photo contest apps where you can you submit your photos and then people can vote with a credit card, with their debit card to give votes. But then they could do that also at the Cornstalk because I think they would get little QR codes for each picture to be able to vote for that one, or to have a little jar to put actual cash in.
Right.
Okay.
Penny a vote or something, or and then that way
it's $1. It's $1, not a penny. $1.
We can't do pennies. They don't exist
That's right.
anymore, or they're not going to exist anymore.
That's true. That's true.
Votes, so they want their cat to win, so they're going to put in $10, $20.
And when they do penny wars at schools, I think the pennies count for one vote. This is when pennies were a thing. Yeah. Pennies counted for a vote, and if you put silver change in, so I have a classroom and I'm getting pennies, and then Kim, you can come to my classroom and put a quarter in. That takes 25 votes away from me.
Takes it away.
So, it takes it away. If you put silver in somebody else's, it takes votes away.
Oh, that's neat.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, we won't do that, but that's something that they did for penny wars. So.
And then we could offer some type of a prize, or
yes, I know that Pet Supplies Plus would come up with the basket. I know that for sure. So.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Okay, so we're good with that. Well, it's a gooder idea.
Gooder.
I like it.
Okay, let's do that. Okay,
it's the bestest.
It's the bestest. The very best.
Oh.
The very best. Okay. All right. Well, okay, we've got like 10 minutes left, which isn't bad. Okay, so I'm going to run through some foster stuff. Okay, first of all, we're going to do a Trello training for the fosters and anybody else who wants to help out with the fosters or anything like that. I'm going to schedule a training probably for after my surgery. So probably like maybe you're not going to be here. You really need to be at the training, Dawn.
But
we'll figure it out.
Are you zooming it or something?
Yeah, we'll zoom it.
I can join in on Zoom on it. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. But I think we'll go through the Trello board so everybody knows where everything is and what we need and that kind of thing. Okay. The big thing is we need to make sure that we are getting,
I know now, Kalana had to say hi. Say hi.
Look at that tail.
Look at her tail. Yeah.
I know. That tail is something.
Oh, goodness.
Okay. We need to make sure that we are getting the cats into Shelter Love ASAP for 2 reasons. One, we need to have an accurate accounting of how many cats are under our care in any given day. There's a lot of reasons for that, but one of them is that sometimes they go and look on in Shelter Love to see what our numbers are, and if we're telling them that we're doing certain numbers and they go into shelter, because they have access to our shelter lab, the funders do. They go into shelter lab and we're saying that we have 40 cats under our care, but we only have 28 listed in shelter level. Something's a little hanky going on there. So they want to be able to be confident in our numbers that we're telling them. So we need to have people in shelter or have the cats in shelter lab. And
when
second,
they're
yeah,
in Shelter Love, if they're not available yet, are they not on there?
they're
They
in,
are on there.
They are on there.
Yeah. So if you went and picked up 4 kittens tomorrow that are like 4 weeks old, they need to be in Shelter Love. They just are
Now.
So,
marked unavailable.
and
Yeah.
okay, just marked it. Okay, because there's one in particular I was looking for that she's not in there, and I think and her bio should be done. I know it's done, but I was in like the Shelby Cats. That's the Shelter Love too.
That's
Okay.
you'll only see the cats on Shelby Cats if they're available for adoption. If they're not available for adoption, they're not going
Oh,
to show up on our
okay.
website.
Okay.
Yeah, Shelter
okay,
Love is
okay.
different. Yeah.
What is Shelter Love?
Shelter Lab is our shelter management software. So that's where we keep track of all of the cats, who adopted them. That's how we process adoption applications, all of that good stuff.
Oh, okay. So like out at Pet Supplies Plus, those cats that are up for adoption, that's what you're talking about. Those would be in there.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Dawn, are you talking about Panka?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Mhm.
Yeah, she showed as
Panka.
unavailable. Is she available?
No, she gets spayed tomorrow. She's
Okay.
she's
But
nursing
she's
kittens.
she's in our system.
She's
And
in
so
there.
when she
Okay,
becomes
okay,
available, we'll mark it, and that's when she shows up on the website is when we mark her available.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Okay. And is her bio done?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll confirm that here.
So poor Trudy over there.
It went
Sometimes
in, I
she's
think. It went in about 2 weeks ago, so it should be.
Yeah, she's got her website memo in there. Yeah, or kennel card.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
okay. So poor Trudy over there, she's getting just bombarded with forms of people bringing cats to Greensburg Vet because she's getting the ones for all the feral cats that are going, and she's getting all the ones for the adoptables. So it helps Trudy tremendously. I don't want to speak out of turn, Trudy, but I think this is the
No,
case.
go ahead.
It helps Trudy if the cat that she's getting paperwork on is already in Shelter Lab, because then she can match them up.
Okay.
And when she gets the paperwork from the Greensburg Vet and she opens it up in Gmail and she sees that it says Panka, she can go in Shelter Lab and say, is there a cat named Panka here? By golly, there is. And then she can just upload the paperwork directly to Panka's profile, because that's where we're housing all of the electronic copies of their medical paperwork now.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. There's Cassius from his surgery, his big cone. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, next time I'm bringing a kitten because this ain't fair.
All my animals are like, what's going on?
Mhm.
Okay, the next thing is, so getting them into, so the minute, really and then we're going to go over this in the Trello training, but there's an intake form that you can save to your desktop on your phone or whatever, that when you pick up cats from a feral colony or wherever, you should be able to just click on that link, intake form, and intake the cat right then and there.
And who can see them in Shelter Love? Not people ready to adopt because they're not available.
No.
Okay,
No.
they can see them. They can see them. They just know they're not available.
Yeah, only our group can see our Shelter Love.
Only our
Like
group.
we're not.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay,
So
Okay.
yeah, nobody outside, no public person can see that. Yeah.
Okay. Mhm.
And even if they could, who cares?
So
I
the
want them
public
in
should look at
Shelter Lab.
Shelby Cats.
What? Repeat the question.
If somebody, so I don't know much about this. If people want to look at cats, they need to go to Shelby. if people who want to adopt, they go to Shelby Cats. They don't go to
Right.
Shelter.
That's where
Okay.
they access.
I
That's
didn't
where they
really realize
access
that.
the adoption form.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you go to shelbycats.com, or I think it's a bunch of different things, shelbycats.org, you can look it up, and that's where you can see all of our cats that are available for adoption, and that's how you fill out the application to adopt, is through our
Okay.
website. Yeah.
Got it.
And then we internally use Shelter Love to manage the flow of all the cats, marking them if they're available or not, and processing the adoptions, collecting the money, keeping their electronic contracts on file, and all of that stuff. That's really administrative. The public facing part is the shelbycats.com. So,
Okay.
okay.
And I put the website link in the chat if you've never been there and you'd like to look at it and click on that.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay. Cage cards for PetSmart specifically are available in Shelter Love now. Lynn took the time to fix all of that for us. So if your cat is going to PetSmart, she's going to be doing a PetSmart cage card in addition to the regular bio cage card, the longer version one. So I personally have not seen the card, but she's done it and figured it out and been using it. So that's just FYI. That's not really anything that you guys have to do. When kitten season gets hot and heavy, we are going to be adding the Ferret Nation cages to, Lauren, did you hear the PetSmart cage card thing?
Yes. And I've seen that. And I've seen that on Shelter Love as an option. Yeah.
Okay. When it gets hot and heavy on kitten season, we're going to add cages to feeders again, like we have in the past. They're just the 2-story Ferret Nation cages that we like. And Pet Supplies Plus has given us permission to add up to 2 Ferret Nation cages there as well. Our numbers just haven't been big enough to be able to be worrying about that. Okay. The big elephant in the room still is what's going on with PetSmart. So for some of you that don't know, we have 3 cages at PetSmart and the large free roaming kitten room. That is exclusively ours. PetSmart management went wackadoo on us, and they think that we and Johnson County Humane Society are not doing enough, and that they need to bring in some third organization to share some of the space at PetSmart so they can get their numbers up. Like stupid stuff. So we still don't know what's going on with that. We haven't heard anything in a really long time. I'll be honest with you. I reached out to Johnson County Animal Shelter, who was the group that they approached to be the third group. And I basically told them, hey, this is really shitty what you're doing. You're going to take cages away from us. And then the director said, oh, I didn't realize that. But then I never heard her say one way or another whether they were going to still pursue it or not. So I don't know. We're kind of afraid to ask, but at some point, I think when I'm off and I'm home for that 2 weeks and don't have anything to do, I'm just going to get my balls together and I'm going to email PetSmart and find out like what's the latest on that. Not PetSmart management, not the store management, but PetSmart Charities, our rep, because she's been super supportive. Our representative for PetSmart Charities thinks it's a stupid idea and really believes that if they want to increase numbers, the smart thing to do is to give Animal Outreach all of the cages, because we do 75% of the adoptions with only 56% of the cage space or something like that. Like the numbers were crazy. Like it just made more sense to give us all the cages if you want to increase your numbers.
That's crazy.
Wackadoo. So anyway, so that's my little tryout about that. Okay. Greensburg Vet has finally given us a 50% off exam coupon that we can give to adopters. And Lauren, I thought about this earlier today. We need to upload that to the digital adoption kit that we email to adopters.
Yes, yes, I can, and I can do that. I can.
Okay.
That form that you sent me, I can make that as an option for when you check out. You can click that to virtually send that. I'll do that tomorrow. Okay, that'd be great. So it's a form. It's just a 1 sheet of paper that we're going to put in everybody's folders that Lori recently made. But now we're going to add the certificate. So that's really exciting. I think that's great that they're doing that.
And what's the 50% off is on the exam? Is that what
Yep.
it is? The exam.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you
Nice.
take your new cat within like 72 hours of adoption, you get 50% off,
Okay.
something like that. I can send you. Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Mm.
she's gonna grab it. I was gonna say I could text you just an example of what that looks like.
I got it. Oh, you just have to call and schedule within 72 hours.
Gotcha.
Oh,
So you
okay.
don't have to have your appointment. That's good because you can't always get in. Oh, and then it says adoption papers will be required to receive discount. And I said, well, we don't really give them papers. It's electronic. And they said, we can just show us the electronic version. So yeah, so this is it. So I don't know if you can really see
Oh,
it,
very
but
nice.
yeah, very nice.
Yeah. Mhm.
And I told her that we would produce them. She doesn't have to make the color copies for us. We can do that cheap in-house. So I did that. Okay, so that's great. Okay, now last thing on the second to last thing on the agenda are the wellness clinics that I want to start. So the idea is that we will pick a night of the week, and every other week we will have a wellness clinic here. And what that would mean is, first of all, if you haven't done your survey, I will drop a link to the survey in the chat, and I will send it in the recording. But let's see, let me grab it real quick. Well, I guess it's really just Dawn and Lauren. You guys have both done the survey.
I did my survey, yeah.
Yeah. Did you do your
Okay.
survey, Dawn?
I'm not for sure.
Okay. All right. I'll send it to you. Right now it's Tuesdays. It's the front runner by a long shot. Like it's way out ahead. And then I'll add a Saturday, of course, because there'll be folks that can't come on a Tuesday because they are working or whatever. It'll be a Tuesday evening, but people have family stuff. But I'll add a Saturday. But the idea is that people will be able to bring their fosters in to get weighed, do vaccines, pick up supplies, return supplies, do any sort of medication stuff that we need done. I'm not sure what else. I'm sure you guys will have some ideas, but the other thing is to take glamour shots, some good pictures. I'm going to pick up the laptop and walk for a second. Let's see if I can do this. So for those of you that have been at the office, I'm in the conference room right now, and there's this area over here. Let's see if we can see it. This is harder than it seems. Let me see. Oh yeah, here we go. So you can see I've got some totes there in the corner. So that area there used to have the playhouse there. But I think that's where we're going to set up a photo booth. It'll just stay up all the time. Amanda said she was fine with us doing that. I got a backdrop. I just need to get some studio lights. Those are super cheap to get. And then there's a bunch of props and stuff in there. So there's like streamers, there's things to go on the table. There's anyway, just, like the stuff that we would want to stage pictures. And then I thought, like, I see other rescues doing, I just think it's so adorable. Like at Valentine's, all of the cats' pictures on Pet Finder will be Valentine themed. So yeah. And so, we've got stuff like that for that and St. Patty's Day and Christmas. So we would have all these themed things. And so it'd be great to have volunteers, not necessarily the fosters, but have some additional volunteers coming in and helping with the pictures, getting the set and the backdrops and stuff all arranged and everything. And then tearing it down at the end or whatever. But I thought that would be a good thing for us to be able to do to really ramp things up in that way. But people might have ideas of what we want to do on wellness nights too, we're open to that. So.
And these would be strictly for adoptions, for cats that we are adopting out.
Yeah.
Not public or nothing like that.
No, but I will tell you, Paws of Hancock County does Easter photos and Christmas photos and that kind of thing. And they've had really great success with that, but that's mostly dog stuff. And we tried to do Santa pictures at Pet Supplies Plus, and it was a bust. It's just, I think the shelter does a really, really good job of Christmas photos. They have a great Santa, they have a great setup, and people can go there for that kind of stuff. So we probably won't focus on that, but yeah, so it's just for adoptables. So yeah.
I have, before I forget, well, I don't want to interrupt. Are you finished with that?
Go. Yeah,
So-
go.
Idea. So my brother-in-law, I don't know if any of you guys know him, Melvin Pierce. He does lots of cooking. He's got his own catering and he's got his trucks and
I've had his stuff. It's amazing. He does weddings, everything. Yeah. Oh,
cooks
yeah.
for off. He cooks for the
Oh, yeah.
police department, the hospital. He does, yeah, everything. He, you know,
And
he's
that's
very,
your brother?
that's my brother-in-law. So it's my husband's brother.
Brother-in-law, nice.
Yep. So, I mean, you know, I've got that special connection there.
There you go.
There's something you think of for some type of an event. I don't know his details on charging or I don't know any of the money aspects, but I know he has a huge heart. Let me say that. And
Okay.
very much about helping. And so if there's any type of a thing where at some event that we could have him bring his truck to cook, a lot of people follow him and like, oh, Mel's food's going to be there.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
Just something
Yeah.
that I could.
Okay, good. That's really great to know. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now the wheels are spinning.
To help
Okay.
people there. I want to come
Yeah.
get his food and then
And
learn
yeah.
about it. And yeah.
yes. And that's what we struggle with is getting the word out and getting people to come to stuff. That's, you know, we're just not an event group. We're not very good at so piggybacking on something is super helpful. So having, you know, a draw is always
Yeah.
super helpful. So
He did something for the
Okay.
animal shelter recently. Now I don't know if he did it for free or if they paid him. I mean, I can always
Yeah.
talk to him and get details.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, that would be great.
Sure.
Yeah. We do have you know, limited volunteer time and resources. Not so I always get nervous on events, but if it's something that we're like, yeah, we can hit this out of the ballpark kind of thing, that we definitely want to jump on that. So
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, find out. That'd be great.
Okay.
So,
Yep.
didn't see that coming. Okay. Anybody else have any questions, concerns, ideas, anything?
No.
No? Anybody? Okay. All right. Okay, I'm having surgery next Thursday and I cannot drive for 2 weeks. But people, I think everybody who needs a key has a key, but I'll be home. So if somebody needs it, they can come by the house and grab my key. It's not a big deal. And can't drive for 2 weeks. That's it. And then I'll be back in business. So I think that's about
Well,
it. Anybody?
Good.
Anything?
Good luck on your surgery.
That'll be
Yes.
fine.
You take care of yourself.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll take it easy. So okay, anybody anything else? I'm gonna let you guys go if we got nothing else.
I think I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. All right. See you
Alrighty,
guys.
thanks.
All right.
Okay.
See you
Bye-bye.
guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, finally I'm off. I thought it was gonna be half an hour. It's an hour. No.
You don't know it's
Oops.
done.